Once again, we've reached the start of a new year, but before we say goodbye to 2022 completely, I gotta say, we got some pretty great anime, didn't we?
2022, I'm not gonna lie, 2022 was a fucking banger for anime. There's so much cool shit. I literally got to watch hardly any of it. I've only recently caught up on Chainsaw Man.
Was a year of heavy hitters in almost every genre of anime. Massively anticipated titles finally dropping and having the impact we thought they would. Big franchises continue into another season and hitting even harder. We even got old franchises getting resurrected and looking better than ever. 2022 was absolutely stacked, but what else happened in the world for us weebs? After 25 years, Ash finally broke his curse by becoming the Pokemon World Champion. News so big it was reported like a real sporting event as the world celebrated, allowing him I do. To finally retire at the ripe old age of 11. Italy.
It only took him 30 years to get, it only took him like 25 years to get there, but he finally managed to become the world's greatest at the age of 11.
He had a surprising visitor as a certain promiscuous video of Tifa Lockhart was accidentally played at their Senate, prompting the only time you'll ever see Italians more passionate than their pastor when asking for the sauce. This forever immortalized Tifa in Italy lore, becoming only the second person since Julius Caesar to be violently stabbed at a Senate in Rome. Alright, what else was there? I got the climax to the biggest romance arc of my own life. 2022 was a bit of a quiet year in terms of anime news.
I'm not gonna lie. When me and Cal get married, if we do, because as you know, we're doing the whole monthly highlights thing. I want to do the annual highlights video as well. When me and Cal get married, if I don't have a video point of me and Cal getting married in that, I'm gonna be like, oh fuck, we missed out.
We didn't get any particularly big shockers or controversies. Even anime didn't give us any wildly bad stinkers compared to previous years, but what we got instead was some bloody great anime. This year was brutally hard to narrow down my list of favorites so I don't spend 2 months making an hour-long video. Normally I try to omit sequels and continuations unless it does something new or notable for me to talk about, which makes it messy because so many of them did this year. This is going to be the longest list in a while, so I had to be cutthroat if I didn't have much to say. My Hero Season 6 is the best My Hero has been in a long time, but still not quite good enough yet. JoJo had his hype murdered by Netflix, but is still more great JoJo. Bleach's return has been an absolutely incredible sight to witness.
I'm sorry, I still stand by the mindset that Bleach is such a fucking terrible anime. It is running around with the occasional fight to break it up. That is my personal opinion on Bleach, and that's how it's going to be forever, okay?
I'd forgotten Bleach could get this hype, but the last time I talked in depth about the OG Big 3, this happened. And I don't want to risk that for a video this big. Attack on Titan is also continuing to stamp its mark down on anime history. We got more incredible twists, more incredible hype, more of Eren being like,
"Boss, you killed a child." Amazing. Mission complete. That right there is why you're the best, boss.
I'm just waiting for it to finally learn what the word final means in final season before I fully pass judgment, which is why I'm glad this next season is called Attack on Titan Final Season, the final edition, part 1.
You fucking
Let's just get started. But before moving on to all the great shows last year, who doesn't love a good snack while watching some great anime? Well, today's sponsor has got you covered because it's Boxu. Guys, if you know anything about Japan, you know the food here is godly. And Boxu is my favorite Japanese snack box. They work with local businesses from all over the country to bring you the best Japanese snacks every single month. And as you can see, this month we're getting a super special pretty box because Sakura season is almost upon us. Yes, this month's theme is Sakura in Kyoto. I'm gonna be honest, one of the hardest parts of being sponsored by Boxu is that I have to actually wait to try out these snacks on camera instead of just opening it up and trying out straight when I receive it. All right, let me see what looks good.
You know what I would do in his situation whenever he gets a Boxu thing? I would make the advert there and then with a phone and just be like, the Boxu came. I don't fucking care. Camera down. Let's go have a look through this. Fucking great. There you go. Boxer, if you want to sponsor me, that's how I will do my ad spots.
This month. I have not had a Sakura flavored mochi yet, so let's see what this tastes like. Ooh, that smells really good.
I assume it's
That's
pretty damn good. Cherry.
I'm a bit sad there's only one of those in the box. This one is the Kyoto Sable Ume. I always love the different types of biscuits they send me, and I'm excited to try this one. Ooh. Oh, this is dangerous. Thank God there are 2 in these because I was afraid there were just 1. Honestly, guys, top tier snacks every single time. This box is going to be entirely gone by the end of the day. Each box is completely packed and it comes with a booklet that teaches you all about the snack's unique flavor and where they come from. So guys, if you want to introduce yourself to Japanese food culture or just find the perfect gift for your fellow weebs, Boxu has got you covered, and this is pretty much perfect for all the shows going to be talking about if you want to snack on something. So, what are you waiting for? Click that link in the description and use code Gugguk at checkout for $15 off your first Boxu purchase. Thank you very much to Boxu for sponsoring me this month. Back to the video. Close enough. When I think about watching golf, I think...
Are you fucking...
Golf is one of those things I love to play, but when I watch it, you'd have a better chance of waking up a coma patient. So Birdie Wing came in with the monumental task of tackling the impossible problem. How do we make golf fun to watch?
Yep.
Gay girls, innit? Not golf enough for you? How about we add special golf attacks? Golf with guns, an underground golf syndicate with Golf Seto Kaiba in Golf Battle City where golfers have a golf duel to the death. One moment you can be watching a girl driving a ball through a moving train, and the next a dude is being assassinated on highway via rocket launcher. This anime is about as anime as anime gets, and if you're willing to give it a chance, it will golf you so hard you will be golfed into submission. This was a bloody wild ride from start to finish, and by the end of it, you'll be excitedly singing along to the catchy opening every time. Every season, we get 1 or 2 new anime with the stupidest fucking concept of all time. Like they had a dartboard of random ideas that they tried to crash into each other and going, hey guys, what if this works? What's incredible is when it actually does. Panipi Kome, or your boy Kongming, yes, that's the official translated title, asks what happens if legendary Chinese tactician Zhuge Liang gets reborn to modern-day Tokyo to become the manager of an EDM idol and leads the girl to stardom using the art of war. It's an absurd idea that looks even more absurd on screen, but all it took was one look at the opening for me to go, you son of a bitch, I'm in. It instantly grabs you with this infectious charm and holds on tight. Whether you're seeing a breakdown of how ancient war tactics can be used to gain Twitter followers or watching a historic Chinese figure spitting some fire bars in a rap battle. I know what you're already jokingly typing. Best rapper since Eminem. Wrong. Yeah, Eminem's alright, but has he ever roasted a dude so hard he fucking dies? You murder with guns. Kongming murders with emotional damage. But past the bizarreness, it never forgets the beating heart behind it. Like Kongming, we're cheering for every step closer Eiko takes towards stardom. Her journey into music.
These videos are really hard to pause. What the fuck? You beat him through emotional damage.
Music was so well done, you forget the absurdity of the premise. And that's the real heart of this show, because I can't even begin to describe the unbridled satisfaction of cheering for this girl to succeed, and by the end, seeing her move closer to achieving her dream weight. Did I just get tricked into watching an idol anime?
Yes. I've never watched one. I beat myself up with emotional damage every day. Yes, but talking to yourself in the mirror and then calling yourself a piece of shit when you're really not is just you gaslighting yourself, Neil. You're too wonderful of a person for that to work.
Yeah, Keanu Reeves is cool, but have you ever sat there and asked yourself, is there anything we can possibly do to make John Wick even better? Gay girls, innit? Licorice Recoil takes a simple approach. You like cute girls, you like guns, we're gonna give cute girls some guns. So what happens if you add beautifully adorable anime girls into a gun-toting spy action thriller? Well, you get something like this.
Jesus Christ, that's Jason Bourne.
Somehow we have a show that attempts to straddle the perfect middle ground between moe's slice of life and hardcore action. You have a dark terrorist plotline where the stakes are high, people are getting murdered, there are intense gunfights straight out of a Max Payne game. And then we cut to a scene where the girls are like...
What the fuck? This can't be real.
This deserves to be on the list, if not for giving us the most precious duo to come out of 2022. But if you still like, okay, but how is this any better than John Wick? Well,
Really?
Yeah.
If I need your body, I'll fucking...
Yes!
Marin is still the best girl of 2022.
Yes! Best
It's not because she reminds me of my wife.
Hey guys,
fuck off.
it's your girl. They're the same picture.
Yes! The reason why Gugguk thinks he's best girl is because his wife is basically married. Her husband's gun cell. Yes, this is very much true. And Marion is still best girl.
This year we were graced with World Cup fever, which was a blessing because we got not one but two great football anime, introducing weebs to the wonderful experience of watching a bit of footy at the pub.
Don't. Just, you can't miss this. You can't miss. You can't miss this. He's bloody missed it! What a prat! What a prat!
Owl actually was probably the most
kidding
overlooked
me?
sports anime this year. Production IG just kill it every freaking time they do a sports show, and this was no exception. Showcasing the high quality they've done before with Haikyuu and Kuroko and bringing that hype to football. Then Blue Lock came along and went, pfft, look at this baby shit now. This is real football. None of that friendship bullshit. We're doing a football battle royale where the entire point is being selfish and egotistical. This broke every cardinal rule previous sports anime had set up and was some of the most fun I had all year. But you know what was more anime than both these anime this year? The World Cup itself, baby! Upset after upset, we had the hype, we had the drama, we had one of the greatest World Cup finals of all time, Messi securing his status as the absolute GOAT, Mbappe carrying France, Boeing 747 carrying Belgium and Germany, England being...
Harry Kane penalty is inevitable. He scores
Why is he
100
covering
times
football?
out of 100.
This shit in
England,
anime?
Japan keeping the ball 1 millimeter in play to score the winning goal against Spain. Just what the hell were the script writers thinking? Yeah, this was actually the best sports anime of the year. Fuck these other two.
There is no passion, there is no vision, there is no aggression in this football club.
Yes!
Stellar action, compelling plot lines,
I'm sorry, if you didn't know, Call of the Night, watch that shit. Such a good anime. The fucking intro bops. The outro is amazing. The characters are awesome. And the manga in itself, awesome fucking read.
interesting characters, all reasons we watch the anime we do. But I ask you, can a show be worth watching solely for vibes?
Yes.
Yes. Call of the Night is the anime that speaks to the soul of anyone who's ever been a night owl in their lives.
Yeah.
I'm talking to you. Yes, you. Come on, it's 3 a.m.
I'm
We're in
looking at
fucking
you.
DGen hours now. What are you still doing awake watching YouTube videos? Liam, there's just something comforting about wandering the normally bustling streets in the dead of night. Unless you're in America, and this is the feeling Call of the Night perfectly captures. Cities
Yeah, Call of the Night will only ever work in Japan. Because in the UK, you probably get stabbed. In the US, you'll get shot and stabbed and robbed. In Canada, you'll get beaten up by a moose. If you're in Spain, you'll probably end up having someone's gran come out and feed you something. If you're in Italy, you'll probably get mugged and you'll probably get attacked and fed pizza. Yeah, this would only work in Japan.
Escapes dazzle you, the empty streets invite you in as the gentle soundtrack soothes you in to the mesmerizing world of nighttime. This may not be a show that appeals to the masses, but this was far and beyond the anime I vibed with hardest this year. And sometimes, that's all you need. Alright Liam, that's enough now. It's time to go to sleep, yeah?
All those people who called me a sleepwalker, I woke up. Now I'm going back to sleep.
Night.
Every year, there's always a gem of an anime that gets stripped away of all the potential hype it could have had because it's in the jail of some streaming platform that doesn't promote it. And this year, there was no bigger tragedy than Summertime Render being locked behind Disney+. What do you get if you cross ReZero with a Higurashi? This show, a dude returns home on an island to attend a friend's funeral, but something's off. People are acting strange. Something doesn't quite add up to the events of his friend's death, but no one wants to talk about it. There's an air of unease that something terrifying is going on behind the scenes. Then, before you can even begin to paint a picture of what horrors are really lying underneath, he dies. That was episode 1. This is the kind of show that pulls you in from its opening episode and refuses to ever let go. It shows us the stakes and never gives us a moment to breathe. It presents you with this intriguing mystery, solves it in 2 episodes, and gives you 10 more, only to do the same thing over again. You're constantly on your toes, and just as soon as you think you've figured out the rules of the game, boom, it hits you with a new twist that changes everything.
And what's the twist?
Breast milk.
It will keep you guessing, keep you thinking, all the way up to the final episode. And the only big criticism
I fucking love fucking love Gugguk's editing style. It is so, what the fuck, refreshing at times. What's the twist?
Breast milk.
What the fuck?
I can lay against it is that I need to give Disney my hard-earned money to watch it.
Did somebody mention the door to darkness?
One thing I've learned about the anime community is the more popular a show is, the cooler you get for calling it mid. So, here you go. Demon Slayer Season 2 is mid. Way between great and bloody fantastic.
Yes!
And also midway up your mum. It doesn't have the most complex characters, it doesn't have the most original plots, but whatever it doesn't have, it makes up for in pure, undistilled hype. If actions speak louder than words, Demon Slayer is fucking screaming. The Entertainment District arc reaches an audio-visual experience
so
few
cool.
anime series can ever match, raising the bar for Studio Ufotable already insanely high standards. When you tell Ufotable that your amp goes up to 11, they go, yeah, that's cute, and turns theirs up to 30. An adaptation like this shows that even people at the top of their field can strive to improve their craft. Because what they've delivered is an anime with the
Demon Slayer Season 1. Slow, thought I wouldn't like it. Towards the end, holy shit. Demon Slayer, Mugen Train arc. Fucking incredible. Holy crap. So good. This season, yes.
the highest level of spectacle it can get. You hold your breath, waiting for that one climactic moment. It builds and builds, and you're on the edge of your seat, anticipating when that peak's gonna come, and just when you think the hype can't get even higher, it smashes past it to a point you ever thought it could go. Your mind goes blank, taking in one of the most jaw-dropping visual spectacles anime has ever seen. And only then, when everything is said and done, do you remember to take a breath again.
Such a good season. You should.
After all the non-related by blood antics I've seen in anime, I'd almost forgotten what a real family should look like. But thankfully, Spy X Family was the wholesome medicine I needed to cleanse my mind once more, even if this family is technically not related by blood. This is the latest in the X series, where weebs can never agree whether the X is silent or not. And then there's this one guy I talked to last year that called this Spy multiplied by family. That's not a joke, just Sulaf, if you're watching this, what the fuck, mate? Next time you do that, I'm actually calling the cops. Going in, the show was touted to me as a gag anime, and I'm gonna be honest, I didn't actually find it that funny. But that didn't matter because every episode left the biggest smile on my face regardless. Watching Spy X Family reminded me of the types of old school shows I'd watch with my mum and dad on a Sunday evening when we'd spend time with each other. The type of show you'd put on at Christmas that helps bring everyone together. Sometimes it's not about having a super deep, interconnected plot line, but a simple story that'll brighten up your day no matter what and help you appreciate the family you have around you.
Oof. I love you guys.
The legacy of Gundam is one of the most storied and important franchises in all of anime,
reboot.
but with this legacy and the sheer number of iterations preceding it, every new Gundam comes in with the challenge of having to figure out what can this Gundam do that no other Gundam has ever done. Gay girls, innit? Gundam the Witch from Mercury is the Gundam we've needed for the longest time. Something that wipes the slate clean for new fans to be able to jump in while not forgetting why people watch Gundam in the first place. It's hard to do a fresh take on such an old franchise, but the Witch from Mercury seems to be doing exactly that. This is no war between nations, but a war between corporations. Here is a world where profit and power reign supreme. Elon Musk is having a wet dream in a corner. The politics of war have been replaced with the politics of companies, proving that corporate drama can be just as gripping if you add the right conflict, because Gundam has never been just about the giant robot fights. Alright, let's talk about the giant robot fights. Giant robot fights are awesome. Studio Sunrise have pulled out all of their expertise to make this the best looking mech.
I am personally more of an Evangelion person than a Gundam person. But hey, fucking robots fighting, right? I like my mech anime with an existential crisis glued onto it.
Mecha show it can be, from the flashiest battle to the smallest details. I mean, just listen to the sound design. Woo! Now, I could have shown you some of its incredible animation or its orgasmic music, but nobody ever thinks about sound design. And if it can get us to notice small things like this, extrapolate that to what that means for the rest of the production values. Let's just forget about the fact that there's no sounds in space, though. This is a AAA production from top to bottom, and it isn't afraid to flaunt it every episode. The Witch from Mercury isn't just here to compete with other Gundams. It isn't just here to compete with other mechas. It's here to stand toe-to-toe with the best things out right now. If you're new to anime here, if you've never seen a mecha in your life and you need a reason to get into giant robots, this is it.
There is also Pacific Rim. There's a sequel to Pacific Rim. I think that's it. I mean, don't get me wrong, this looks fucking cool as hell.
Every generation, we get a genre-defining show, one that fans look back on as the pinnacle of the genre at that time, that sold them on what could be so great about it. And I believe that Kaguya-sama has become just that. When I started Kaguya, I thought it was just going to be some formulaic gag manga. Two people that don't want to confess, they find the most convoluted, roundabout way to avoid confessing, and then they don't confess. But what I didn't initially notice is that even though it seems episodic, every new gag, every new skit adds a little bit more. Piece by piece, a layer gets added to each character, each of the cast members. It continues to build, continues to add on itself. And before you know it, it feels like this group of dimwits have become your own friends. You start to cherish every single second you get to put the show on. And that
is this an anime that's basically my Discord? It's just a group of idiots who are probably into each other but won't admit it. I feel like that makes sense.
That's the real magic of Kaguya. Beyond the gags, beyond the antics, it just becomes a joy to spend time with all of them. You fall in love with this ensemble, so this season, when it follows through and delivers through the build-up we were promised, it results in one of the most satisfying climaxes you can find in romance. Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, Demon Slayer, Attack on Titan. These are all generational anime people talk about as the shows that introduced them into anime, but once you get past the shonen mega hits, you'll find these other shows fans look back on that served as their definitive gateways into other genres. Without Haruhi, I would have never got into high school anime. Code Geass stood as that mecha show every non-mecha fan watched. I know exactly what generation you're from if K-On! Introduced you to the slice of life moe genre, and years from now, Kaguya-sama is going to be the anime this new generation of fans reminisce about when they talk about how they got into romance anime.
The anime that kind of got me into slice of life anime would be Love Chinibyo and Other Delusions. That's the one that got me into it. The reason why is because hey, I relate to that shit. I really relate to Love Chinibyo and Other Delusions. So my first ever anime would have been Sakura Card Captures back in like 95, before Pokemon. Couldn't get into Pokemon, still enjoyed it, wasn't really my thing. Then after I really got into them, the ones that really opened the door for me would have been Princess Mononoke and Spirited Away. And then after I found that, I discovered Ghost in the Shell, and then that's my love for anime. That's literally my first probably 4 years of anime. I loved Cardcaptor Sakura.
Chainsaw Man came into this year with an almost impossible amount of hype to meet.
Yeah.
But did it rise up to the challenge and prove us all wrong with this first season? No. But what we got was still pretty damn good.
Yep.
It's been a long time since I've seen an anime explode onto the scene this hard and this fast. For the inconceivable expectations it had, the craziest things that it almost stepped up to the plate to meet them. In the highly popular, highly competitive scene of safe, marketable shonen action shows, it blasted in, gave the middle finger, and went, fuck you, I'm gonna grab some titties. It's savage. It's out there. It's a show called Chainsaw Man, and it gave us a man that's a chainsaw. Yep. What the fuck do we have to complain about? The hype this show produced could only ever really be matched by how horny it made the fan base. You got power fans. Now here's their perfect girl.
Pow, pow.
I too like women who don't shower, don't wipe smells, and leave their logs unflushed. Why yes, how could you tell I play Super Smash Brothers? Then you have the Kobeni fans. Oh yes, my waifu is suffering. Isn't she so adorable? Then there's Himeno fans. Then there's Makima. Never before has a character been so perfectly designed, so unequivocally unmatched, so incomparably unparalleled at eliciting the horny.
If I don't see people in my chat barking right now, I'm going to be really fucking disappointed. I'm not saying barking. You're all a disappointment.
No Nut November was an impossible dungeon, she would be the final boss standing at the end of it. Every word, every action, every line
woof woof, bitch.
she utters got you going like,
My mind's telling me yes, but my body's telling me
On all levels except physical, I am a wolf.
The real question at the end of this all is, can Mappa carry on this insane quality they've given us with this adaptation into future seasons? Because it might not have met the hype this time, but after that last episode, when those final credits rolled, I had one thought that engulfed my mind over everything else. We ain't seen nothing yet.
Yep. I can't wait for season 2. I personally went in watching Chainsaw Man thinking, this is excessively overhyped, it will never live up to that level of hype. And I went into it, it didn't live up to the hype, but it was still fucking good. Now, I can't wait for season 2 because I can't wait to see where it goes.
If you know me, you know I don't like slice of life. I don't like moe shows. I don't like cute girls doing cute things. So believe me when I say that Bocce the Rock, a moe slice of life show where cute girls do cute things, is something really special. What makes this so special? Gay girls, innit? Wait, not this time. Bocce is a show about this awkward gremlin who joins a band in hopes that she can get over her crippling social anxiety and achieve the popularity she never had. I know what you're thinking. Wait, I've seen this before. It was called Komi-san, or Watamote, or Hitori Bocce. Yes. What sets Bocce apart is just how above and beyond it goes with this animation to convey these she just like me for real moments. Characters go in and off model. Animators just fucking give up at times. People start glitching in and out of reality. You may or may not have done the exact same things that Bocce does, but you feel her in your fucking soul. At first I was worried.
What the? Please tell me! That is an actual clip!
This was going to be a one-trick pony. Turns out it's a 10-trick pony in a farm of 100 ponies. When you think you get the joke, when you think you know what's coming, the animators hits you with something completely new that conveys this terrifyingly relatable feeling in a way only animation can do. This made me laugh more than any other show this year. It wasn't gut-busting laughter, it was more like, oh god, I felt exactly the same way. God damn it, Bocce, why are you doing this to me? This is triggering my fight or flight response. Get out of my mind. Get out. Yeah, big mood. If there is a single introvert bone in your body, something in here will drag out a core memory you've buried deep in the recesses of your mind. Like that intrusive thought that hits you at 3 a.m. And god, I didn't even talk about the music!
So I shouldn't watch it because I regularly get those intrusive thoughts of throw something at someone, punch that person in the face, and I'm introverted as fuck. I don't need something giving me a reality check.
Recently said that this was everything I was hoping K-On! Would be, because while yes, a lot of this is slice of life moe, motherfuckers are getting shit done! These girls don't be fucking around when it comes to their music. They have their goals and are gonna go out and achieve it. Bocce may not be able to form a coherent conversation, but every little step she takes to overcoming that, every time she stepped up and tears it up on stage, made me want to jump up and go, yes! That's my girl! This was my biggest surprise of 2022, bar none. In a season of heavy hitters, Bleach, Chainsaw Man, Spy X Family, Bocce the Rock awkwardly waltzed in, grabbed the mic and went...
It doesn't matter!
Yes! Yes!
Cyberpunk 2077 has gone down as one of the most disastrous launches in gaming history.
Only for the people on the PlayStation 4. Why do people constantly say, oh, it's really bad, it's such a crappy game? I never had issues with it. Mine was stable from day one.
Years of anticipation and build-up led to the release of a broken, unfinished game that would take an equal amount of years to fix all the bugs that it had. 2077 became a joke, a meme among the gaming community about how not to launch a game, and the biggest praise I can give to Cyberpunk Edge Runners is that it was so good. The anime almost made everyone forgive what happened to the game.
Yes.
Out of nowhere, this dropped and introduced weebs to the insane world of Night City. We weren't given another squeaky clean, safe anime. This was some hardcore, dick and butt, hyper-violent, I fucked your mom kind of show, and god damn was it awesome. It hits you with the story going at full throttle from episode 1 and never takes its foot off the gas. You'll look for a moment to pause and catch your breath, and while you're waiting, you'll realize the credits to the final episode are rolling. This was the anime Studio Trigger were born to make that nobody realized they wanted until now. Even for a team of decorated veterans in the industry, this felt like they had upped their game. They felt refreshed, revitalized, every scene oozing with style, every frame burning with the passion of everyone working on it. And it's impossible for this excitement not to get transferred over to the viewer. This is how you do a video game tie-in, and all it took was emotionally scarring the collective cyberpunk community with a single song. When Mob Psycho Season 3 was announced, I remember saying to myself, we don't need another season of Mob.
What a prat!
Season 2 was an action-packed masterpiece, combining some of the best animation you could ever find with masterful character writing the series didn't have before. And while I don't think Season 3 reached those same heights, it was one that was surely needed. This closed the final chapter to Mob's character and everyone around him. In a sense, this felt like a season-long epilogue. While I wondered where the story could go after Season 2 cleared up all its plot points and defeated the big evil, Season 3 took a step back and went, how do we give these characters the send-offs they deserve? Yeah. Reagan, the man so full of bullshit he can sell Hamon to a Stan user, ends the series in the most honest way possible. Dimple, Ritsu, Hanazawa, and most importantly Mob, for all the flashy fight scenes, it showed that its true heart lies in the characters. It taught us how to accept ourselves through the eyes of Mob's journey and ended his story in the most perfect way possible. Studio Bones can finally take a bow for the work they've done here. From start to finish, Mob has felt like a passion project that has pushed the boundaries of animation to its limits and beyond. This is the kind of adaptation everyone only dreams of. And now that we're saying goodbye, whatever your favorite season was, it's hard not to feel like all of Mob Psycho has cemented itself as a modern classic we won't ever forget.
I need to finish it.
One and only one.
Now then.
Oh no.
You won't be lonely so soon.
Oh no.
Until the soul comes around again.
When I put on a happy movie, I know to come out expecting to feel happy. When I listen to a sad song, I know to expect coming out feeling a bit sad. But sometimes
I literally heard the fucking song and I was like, oh, fuck, I'm gonna be emotionally damaged.
Emotional damage!
I encounter a piece of media that leaves me with an emotion that is utterly indescribable. And that's how Made in Abyss Season 2 left me.
It's the same with fucking Season 1 of the fucking movie! This is the entire series is about, hey, do you have feelings? Are you a human? Do you have feelings? Fuck you, time to cry.
It's been 5 years since the first Made in Abyss, and now the cat's out of the bag. We know this isn't a cutesy, happy show. Bad things happen. People, probably children, are going to suffer, and you're going to need a good hug by the end of it all. And even knowing this, I was not prepared for the experience this was gonna give me. This is no longer simply just a sad show or a dark show. Before, the rules were more simple. You go down deep, and maybe you encounter a really dangerous animal or some crazy evil person, but now, the terrors you encounter cease to follow any logic you're familiar with. We wander around in this non-Euclidean world where the laws of the universe are governed by different systems. The mysteries of the world refuse to give up its secrets. Eldritch horrors lurk around every corner, and your mind can only attempt to comprehend the nightmares you uncover behind them. Made in Abyss 2 contains some of the most haunting things I've ever seen in anime, but none of it was because of some simple violence or gore, but ideas and imagery that disturbs me to my core. Yet somehow, through all this, there's a gentleness to its story. For all its terror, this is a hauntingly beautiful tale. It gives you hope in a place of hopelessness, then smashes it all away, terrifies you without scaring you, and hits you with a soundtrack that makes your soul just wail. incredibly hard time picking my favorite anime this year. Any one of the top 6 could have taken the spot, but the reason I settled on Made in Abyss is because it's given me an experience like no other. Unlike everything else I've talked about today, this has grown beyond something I would wholeheartedly recommend. In the same way, I don't really recommend a movie like Requiem for a Dream, because it's not something you go into to enjoy, but if you're brave enough, it's an unfathomably powerful experience that will haunt you for years to come. Made in Abyss.
I am not gonna fucking lie. I would recommend anime fans to watch this show. If you have never watched Made in Abyss, do it, but do not go in alone. You need to make sure you have someone there with you that can fucking hold you. I'm not lightly exaggerating on this. The level it will fucking hit you with emotionally at the end of season 1, at the end of season 2, at the end of the movie, at the end of everything. At the end of half of the episodes, you are going to sit there going like, I need someone. I need someone. It is an anime which is so fucking worth watching. This anime will trigger something new in you, where you realize and you appreciate everything around you way more. It's such a good anime. And there is a reason why the Nanashi community in VR chat are so devout fans.
This allows you to find beauty in the horrific, hope in the despair. You watch this nightmare unfold through an ethereal lens. It rips your heart to shreds, then gives you a warm hug and tells you everything's gonna be alright. You go on this ride that tears your soul apart, only to come out smiling at the other end. And only after it's all over, and you sit beside yourself to process the journey of emotions you just felt, is there only one word that can encapsulate it all. Wow. Hey guys, hope you're having a great 2023 so far. And yeah, that was all of my favorite anime from 2022. And I want to give a huge 2022 thanks to Alpha.
Yeah. Gugguk's videos are so solid when it comes to him crafting them. They are so beautifully crafted. He never misses a beat in terms of telling you what's on his mind. And he's not wrong. Every anime he put forward, he nails on the head. Every anime he's ever advised, I've gone through and gone, holy shit. It's a good show. It's a good watch. He's so devoted to his craft, and it's just inspiring for me. But yeah, when it comes to Made in Abyss, don't be scared to watch it. Just remember, you're gonna fucking cry. Don't be a bitch about it.